1 minute early tonight. How you like that? So, another Sunday night live stream. Very excited to be with you. I'm still pulling up my YouTube here. But how was your weekend? What have you been up to? I'm missing a light here. Bear with me. It's amazing how that little bit makes such a difference, but let's see here. See if anyone comes on tonight. I don't see any comments yet, so we'll see what we end up with. But man, I just haven't had an incredible last 3 weeks. Be definitely talking about that tonight. We'll give just a minute for everyone to come on if they're coming. I guess I shouldn't have started a minute early. Maybe that was a bad thing to do. I don't know. People aren't used to that 8:59. It's got to be 9 or after. All right, we got a couple people here. Oh, we got 3. Okay, wow. So, Secret Ghosts is the #1 comment of the day. Good to have you, Secret Ghost. Meatloaf is here. Yo, what's up, Smiley? Is that because I'm smiling in the thumbnail? Like, is that a negative now? Todd's in the house. TODD, as he likes to be called. If you guys don't mind, if you're willing, hit the like button for me. I want to try to boost the algorithm on this. Maybe I'll share it to a couple more of the subscribers if we do that. Kevin, you were absolutely first if I ignore the other 4. So good job. Really good job. Secret Ghost says no negativity. I'm all about that, man. All about that. I'm an extraordinarily positive person. If you've watched the channel at all, I'm probably a little bit more up on the videos, but I'm pretty positive overall. Hello, Gene's in the house. Good to have you, Gene. Very good to have you in church today as well. Man, what an amazing day! What a like capstone for the Daniel fast for me. I just had an incredible last 3 weeks. Started off the Daniel fast and ended up going to North Carolina for the almost first week of the Daniel fast, and that was just a really great time. I just posted a video of 3 of the 5 days of that trip, and it was just extraordinarily blessed, and stayed at this amazing church and nice hotel, and we had I don't know, I came back just filled, like I was just fulfilled and energized, honestly. I had accomplished many things over the previous probably 4 weeks before that, and so I was already feeling pretty energized, and then I came back just ready to take on the world. And so that's kind of just been where I'm at since the Daniel fast started, and all carried all the way through. And then today we had an incredible day at church. I thought the worship was incredible, and I loved the I normally don't have a lot of positive things to say about the sermon, but I actually really enjoyed the sermon today and the interaction with people. And then we had just an incredible lunch. Man, people brought so much good stuff to potluck today. I don't know why, but it seemed like there was more there than usual. And people just had plates stacked up, and so many cookies. Oh my gosh. But I'm going to try to maintain the Daniel fast diet. Obviously took the day off. But I don't want to get addicted to sugar again. I'm going to see how long I can go. And I'm also going to try to maintain a not daily coffee habit. I know I'm going to have to. Try some coffee here over the next few days, because I have an update video for East Biare that'll be on the way soon. So that'll be good. And then we also have, that'll be for the coffee. And then I'm sure I'll have to do some taste testing of sweets as the year goes on. But I'm going to try to not let that control my life again because I've had a lot of trouble. I had a lot of trouble with caffeine addiction and sugar addiction. And whenever I'm on the Daniel fast, I am incredibly productive. And then if I go back and look at the time I was most productive on the YouTube channel was the summer of 2018. And I basically took those 3 months and pretty much ate a Daniel fast style diet plus eggs. And that's what kickstarted all of my productive time at that time as well. And so I'm thinking maybe I just legitimately need to live a more vegetarian lifestyle, as much as that pains me to say. But maybe I need to go that route, or at least just cut out all the processed foods and just do kind of a whole food diet. And that would probably help me a lot. And so I'm really just trying to gauge that for myself. And I'm thinking about doing some experiments. I was just telling my wife even a few minutes ago, maybe I'll cut out sugar, but then I'll drink coffee and see if sugar is the real culprit. Or maybe I'll eat sugar and just not drink coffee and just stick with that and see if coffee is the real culprit. Because I'm not sure, but one of them drains me, or both of them together, I think probably drain me. But if it's just the sugar, then I'll be very happy about that because I love drinking coffee. I love the taste. I love the feeling. I love everything about it. Um, but if it's going to drag me down, then I can't do it. Anyway, back to the comments. Uh, Sorry, going back here. Meatloaf says, you shaved the beard. I did. I shaved off the beard, and then I also did a little different haircut this time. I normally will cut, it's pretty even normally, but I did pretty short on the sides, and then I actually kept the entire top a little bit longer. I cut my own hair, so I'm trying to get more professional as time goes on, and I just have seen this style a little bit, and I thought, I'm going to give it a go. It's not incredibly different, but I definitely look a little bit different. Kevin says, great sermon today. Love the importance to our daily lives that you portrayed. Thank you, man. It was one of the realest sermons that I've ever preached. Just things that truly that I went through, and I just hope and pray that if other people are going through that kind of stuff, that'll cause a kind of a light bulb to go off, and or a warning bell to go off, and people can correct before they get to the place that I got, because I don't want anyone to have to experience that kind of thing. But if y'all want to listen to the sermon, it is up on YouTube on the Living Water Church page. Although there's a pretty long introduction because I was waiting for some other things to happen in the sermon, so you may want to skip the first few minutes, or you can listen to my delay tactics as well. I may actually go and edit that first part of the sermon out because it's pretty long, all included. It's for like 50 minutes, so it's a pretty long sermon. Kelly said, I work today, but this Sunday I will be there. That is awesome. We're going to have another great Sunday coming up. I just know it. We're having, I'm already planning my sermon out. Well, our sermons are planned out for the next 3 months, but I'll be fleshing it all out. But I'm going to be preaching on worship and the importance of that, the meaning of that. And then it might be the very first time, I've always wanted to do this, is come in and I'll preach the sermon first, and then we'll worship after. Because I think if I teach on worship first and then we worship, maybe it'll be maybe there'll be some things in the sermon that we can directly apply to our time of worship. Paul's in the house. Good to see you. Judy's in the house. How did you put your E upside down? Maybe it's Nick. I'm assuming it's Nick. Maybe it's Judy though. The Almighty Kratz in the house. Good to have you. Congratulations on your second place finish, man, in the Super Smash Brothers tournament. That was a pretty talented field there. I know I would have probably been 0-5 if I would have played. Although there's a couple people there I could probably beat. I've played a lot of Smash Brothers in my day, but and especially if we go back and played like the N64 version, I'd probably be much better. Meatloaf says, Kevin, this Kelly is your daughter. Yes, that is Kevin's daughter. She'll be at church next week, so y'all can meet each other. It'll be a good time. AJ says, Kelly says hi. Hi, Kelly. Good to have you. Kevin asks, let's see. Where did it go? Okay, Kevin asked, did you eat the chicken and noodles I made? I did not get to eat that today. I tried, even my last time through, I grabbed another plate and I got like many different things, but I don't even know if I saw it. I must have glanced right over it. That sounds amazing though. Did you do homemade noodles again? The Sweetness says, I got my wedding dress in Kittanning at Rusted Rose Boutique. Great people working there and very nice dresses. Yes, absolutely. Shannon is a fantastic business owner, just a really talented young woman. And yeah, she's had some health things going on lately, so keep her in prayer if you have a chance, if you're a praying person. But that being said, she has good people around her as well. She has a pretty talented sister, from my understanding. I don't know that I've met her, but I've heard the sister has been helping out a lot at the shop and doing a lot of great stuff there as well. So. Kelly says, "Oh my goodness, I could never go without coffee." Um, you could, but you don't want to. This is my advice to those of you out there. If you want to try quitting coffee and see if it helps your daily life, my assumption is that it would help all of you to quit coffee at one time or another, just to see how addicted you actually are. But to do it, I would not suggest cold turkey. If you're drinking like 4 cups a day, go to 3 cups, go to 2 cups, go to 1 cup, half a cup, quarter cup, and then cup of tea. And then if you go to that cup of tea and then step down, you'll be good. You won't be in misery for like a week, which is how long it takes me to kind of get rid of caffeine addiction. But I would definitely try it, Kelly. If you feel like you're tired all the time and no amount of coffee is helping you, then I would definitely try it. And I bet you'll find that you are extraordinarily caffeine addicted, like I am. Now I know that I'm actually worse than most people because it doesn't take me very much to get addicted to it. So I am like caffeine sensitive as well. Like if I drink caffeine in after 4 o'clock, I'm up all night. I don't sleep, and so it just lasts in my system for a long time, and it's misery to try to quit. Paul says, I had a great time in church today. It made me feel better today. Amen, brother. Made me feel better too. Melissa's in the house. Good to have you, Melissa. Um, the Sweetness says, yes, the Daniel fast is awesome. It's like, seriously, I know a lot of people look at it with dread, but it's honestly, I look forward to it. I really love it. And the time of year that we do it, right after Christmas time, it's just the perfect time. It's just so good. Let's see here. Kevin says, I'd say getting rid of processed foods is the best part of the Daniel fast. Yeah, I mean, processed sugars, as much as I love Oreo cookies, okay? And I love me some Oreo cookies. Um, I had an unopened bag in my cabinet for a long time. And Terry and Judy were nice enough to give me a bag today as well. So we'll go through those over the course of time for sure. But I think those are not good for me. Let's see here. Soledado Amadio. No speak English. Okay, sounds good. All right, so sorry, I'm reading all this stuff. So Melissa and Paul are evidently dating. So that's pretty amazing. Um, Love you too, Melissa, by the way. Kevin says, yes, homemade udon noodles with chicken, broccoli, red onion, and mushrooms fried in sesame oil. How? How did I miss that? Dude, was it all gone? Or was there a lot left? Um, if it was all gone, I guess I won't feel so bad. But if there was a lot left, like, that sounds incredible. Maybe you could bring me some leftovers tomorrow. Let's see. What is happening? Sorry, my comments just keep jumping all around. Sweetness says, definitely be praying for her. We are Christians also. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for praying. Kelly says, I drink like 5 cups a day. I can drink Rockstar energy drink and fall right asleep after. Yeah, you're evidently not caffeine sensitive, but maybe you are like on full on adrenal fatigue or something. Meatloaf says Ladislaw should get his legs waxed. Um, I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe for like charity or something. If you want to start a fundraiser, and if you could raise like, I don't know, $500 for Royal Family Kids Camp, I'll do it. I'll do it for that. Melissa says hello. Good to have you, the other Melissa. We have 2 Melissas in the chat now. It's about to get confusing. Melissa says, glad to be on tonight. Glad to have you. Kelly, you don't even say please when you're demanding food from your dad. At least say please, at the very least. Respect. You gotta have some respect. Roger's in the house. It was good to see you today, Roger, as well. And can't wait to see you next week at church. I'm waiting for some of those southern recipes, though. I'm waiting for some of that southern home cooked food. We got to get Connie and you on that. You can share all of your secrets with us. But man, if you didn't watch I would encourage you guys go watch the last video I put out just a few hours ago. I hadn't put out a video all week, and so I wanted to get one out before this video came out, so I wouldn't have to say that I went a whole week without posting a video. But anyway, I was at this amazing church in North Carolina called the First Church. It was actually the first church that was ever planted in our denomination, and so it's pretty cool in that respect. But it's this amazing, huge church, and they have this barbecue area that is literally half the size of my house, and it's just full of like this modern barbecue smokers and like all this stuff. They can cook food for like thousands of people out there, and they do that several times a year. The church is just incredible. There's so many different amazing things about it. They have all of these different kid rooms there. Basically every 4 years of age has its own church in the church, and every room is themed out with like murals and all this different kind of. I mean, it is crazy how this church is set up. But man, someday, if we have the space, we need to get like a smoker outside and be able to do like church pig roasts right at the church. That would be amazing. Let's see here. Melissa says, how did you like the cookies? I loved the cookies, actually, and my kids loved them even more. I got a couple bites of each one, but they stole the rest of them from me. My daughter, Lily, today, she probably ate like 5 cookies. For a 3-year-old, that's a little too much. Melissa says, I want to make Living Water Church my home church. That's awesome. Now I'm excited, which means that I'll start bugging you about how you want to volunteer at the church too. But we'll talk about that another time. As far as that goes, we're just happy to have you. Absolutely, 100%. Let's see here. Kevin's reminding everyone to hit the like button. Thank you, Kevin. We have 10 likes and 18 people. So, that's not it's not terrible, but it's not great. It's not great. Melissa says, I left work at 9 a.m., went to bed, and have been in bed all day. I apparently caught that stomach bug going around work. That's been going around everywhere. And now it's the really crazy stuff, the coronavirus. Man, that's kind of scary. If you go look at some of the videos in China, they had this mega city that was completely shut down, and they like fumigated the entire town, and there was no cars running, no people, no nothing. It was really bizarre, and to see that, but they have evidently lots and lots of people sick over there, and now three confirmed cases in the United States. Just makes you wonder, like, in the Bible, there's different diseases that go through and kill off a lot of people in the world, and that would be like one of the end time signs. And I don't know that this is the one. I don't think that it is, but every time I look at that, I think about that and think, is this like, are we marching closer to the end? Like, where are we at in this whole thing? But yeah. Oh yeah, Kobe Bryant. Yeah, I did hear about that, Todd. That was crazy. Really young guy, 41 years old. Not that much older than I am, and like a billionaire, probably almost a billionaire, probably. And obviously, really, really extraordinarily good at basketball. But I would assume had a lot of things left to do in his life. But um, yeah, that's going to be in the news for quite some time, and sports fans will be thinking about that one for a whole lot, a really, really long time. Kelly says his daughter was there as well, and coach. I didn't realize all those people were in there. Um, they said the Flames, I guess, had gone for a quarter mile, so I don't know how much fuel was on board or something, but man, it must have been quite the explosion. Uh, just not a good situation at all. Um, Meatloaf says, I got a question. How do you know that guy hates cats? Need textual evidence. There is no textual evidence for that. He probably loved cats, actually. I just totally made it up just to get your attention. I know that in the sermon, you tend to like wander off into your own little happy place. And so I try to do one thing in every sermon that will get your attention. So last time I stacked the books in a weird way, which got your attention and probably distracted you at the same time. But at the very least, you were looking in the right direction and hopefully engaging with the sermon somewhat. But Melissa says she'll volunteer anytime at Living Water Church. That's great. Honestly, we need more people and we need more volunteers. So we have this is for anyone else that's out there. If you're ever thinking about coming to the church, we would just love to have you. We have what we call our connections team, which is the people that greet at the door, inside and outside. They also help with communion when we do all that stuff, and that team also does part of the cleaning of the church too. Then we do have a cleaning team that does the deeper cleaning stuff in the church. We have a kids ministry team for both the nursery and kids church, and then we have a worship team. So that helps with sound, with words, all that kind of stuff. And then obviously on the worship platform, either singing or playing an instrument. And so we have so many different volunteer opportunities in the church. We have something like 40 volunteers already, which is amazing for a church our size. But I'd love to double that number over the next couple months because there's some pretty big things coming. I'm hoping there's some stuff that I can't actually talk about yet, but we are. God looks like God is doing some really big things, and so We just really encourage you guys. If you're not connected to the channel, like if you're here watching tonight but you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. There's some pretty cool stuff coming our way in Kittanning in 2020, and I can't wait to share it all with you. I like to spill the beans whenever I know things, but there's a couple things that I'm just not allowed to talk about quite yet, but pretty soon, pretty soon. Kevin, you got us up to 13 likes. You're the man. You're the man. Kevin, I just saw your comment. I'll get to it in a minute. Judy says, one never knows. We have to be ready. You are totally right, Judy. Totally right. Paul, I am not the best pastor, but I am glad that you're blessed to have me in your life. But I'm definitely not the best pastor. I'm average at best. But at the same time, blessed to know you, my friend, as well. Meatloaf says, why you gotta be like that? You know why. Terry says, when I'm watching videos on YouTube from my cell phone, I have this white circle that keeps going around. Anyone know what it means and how I can fix it? I do not know. Maybe someone else would know. Kelly says it's loading, but I don't know if that's true. If it's when the video is playing. Oh yeah, Terry says it's when the video is playing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe try to uninstall the YouTube app and then reinstall it, or go in and see if there's a new version that you need to upload. Maybe you're just having a bug from an old version. Kevin says, so next Sunday we all show up naked. So that was a straight reference from the sermon. It was from Adam and Eve, how they were naked and not ashamed. And I said that, potentially, it wasn't because they just enjoyed being naked. It was because there was no shame. They were completely comfortable with each other. And I said that I hadn't reached that level of Christianity yet. And but then I made a joke that everyone should come to church naked next week if we're all comfortable with each other. So, but don't do that. Just no, don't. Todd says, Andrew, have you ever had someone fall asleep while preaching? And if so, what did you do or will do? I fell asleep one time and hit my head off the pew in front of me and woke up. So yes, we have someone that falls asleep during the sermon, no matter who's preaching, just about every single week. And I just try my best to ignore it, and I just continue to preach, and eventually he wakes up. But I've had other people fall asleep as well. But some of them are just legit, they've worked 16 hours straight. They didn't want to miss church, and they showed up, and I don't blame anyone for falling asleep. And it never offends me. It doesn't bug me one bit, honestly. I just keep on preaching and try to preach at the people who are awake. Gary Crane is in the house. Gary Crane wants a shout out. Gary Crane, you have your shout out, my friend. You have it. I think Kevin found fancy letters, says Meatloaf. Yes, he seems to have found it. Kevin says, try a different connection or the data. Oh, you're trying to help Terry still. Todd says, you show up naked to church. That's a Florida story. It is. Florida man shows up to... Oh, man. Have you ever done that? It's like one of the things where you type in Florida man and then type in your birthday on Google and see what shows up. It's pretty funny because there's crazy Florida stories for every day of the year. And man, it's really great. So you should try that if you haven't yet. Kevin says, Michelle always blames me for sleeping when I put my head down to pray. She nudges me wake up. and I am praying. That's pretty funny. Melissa says, "I'm always awake and taking notes." You really are. I'm impressed, and you're a worshiper. I love people that come into church and like passionately worship the Lord. It's a really great thing. So keep that up. Kelly says, "I know when I was pregnant at church, I fell asleep," and you see that's totally understandable. Like pregnancy takes a lot of energy out of you, and so I don't fault you at all for falling asleep when you're pregnant in church. Like sleep away. You need a nap. Like, go for it. Let's see here. Meatloaf says, Michelle scares me. Will not mess with her. Let's see. Kelly says, You're scared of my mom, Meatloaf. She is the butterfly. My dad's the scary one. See, I don't agree with that. I just do not agree with that. I'm more scared of Michelle than I am scared of Kevin. We got a spammer. Kevin already got him in timeout. Good speed, Kevin. Very good speed. You're like quick draw. Let's see here. Kelly says, "Not when they're your kids. They really aren't scary." Todd says, "I was up late the night before playing my games. Did you fall asleep? Oh, you fell asleep in church. What church are you going to now, Todd? Is it you were? Was it some Baptist church up in Reimersburg area? I can't remember. I think it was up north somewhere, but I can't remember." Melissa's gonna keep it up. Love it. Absolutely love it. The sweetness says, "It's crazy. It's crazy when Rochelle told me to pray next. You know she is sleeping." I don't know what that means. I don't know. Do I know who you are, sweetness? Let me go see. Do you have a channel? Let me go look at your picture. Oh, yes, yes. Okay. You just subscribed recently. And I did go watch your videos. A couple challenge videos that you guys had on there, which was pretty cool. I watched a hot sauce video that you guys had, and that was really, really funny. They had this like hot sauce challenge, and I don't know if you are you guys married? I don't know. I think you're husband and wife. But anyway, they were getting ready to try this hot sauce, this spoonful. They go 1, 2, 3, and the wife does it, and the husband he did not until later in the video, and she was like dying. That must have been crazy, crazy hot sauce. But I was laughing, sweetness. I liked it. What church do you guys go to, by the way? You said you're in the Pittsburgh area, and you said you're a Christian. Where do you guys attend? I'm curious now, genuinely. Kevin says, holds mouse in the air, blows on it, tries to twirl it like a pistol, and smashes it on the desk. Okay, East Brady Baptist Church. Yes, yes, yes. I knew it was up that way somewhere. Melissa's going back to sleep. Good to have you, Melissa. Um, Cannibal says, saw the Smash for Camp ad on the billboard down by Subway. Good game. Looked nice. That was pretty cool. I got to go and check it out. That was I was hoping to catch the more of the tournament, but I had an appointment at my office, and so I had to go there first. And then Abby and Joey and I went over, and they got to play Smash Brothers for the first time. They were like addicted, so we may have to buy a Nintendo Switch at some point in the future. Maybe when the next generation comes out, we'll pick one up for super cheap. But man, it was really funny watching them play because the only character they really know is Yoshi, or the only one they wanted to play, and so they just had Yoshi versus Yoshi fights. It was pretty fun to watch. Todd says it's been average of 20 people a week. That's not too many, but that's still enough. We've been, our average has been up now over the last month. We had a couple months where we were down, and now all of a sudden something shifted in the church. Today we had a little bit less. There were some people that were out just serving in other places, but we did have a couple people tell me they were sick as well. But we've been up overall in attendance over the past maybe month or so now, so it's been pretty great. Super checks bubble hockey. Always with the bubble hockey. Connie's in the house. Good to have you, Connie. I delivered eggs to you today, so I hope you got them. I hope Roger didn't eat them all before you got to get to them. Kelly's got a job interview in the morning. Where are you interviewing at, Kelly? That's really cool. Melissa wants to get baptized with the church. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that, Melissa. We need to plan another baptism actually, because there's a few people that have asked me about it again. So we got to plan another one. We had several last time, and now there's a whole nother group. So it's great. Great to see new people coming in the church. It's always an awesome blessing. Yeah, we will definitely talk about that, Melissa, for sure. I think I'm out though, you guys. It's been 36 minutes already. Time just flies when you're having fun. I'm going to try to edit another video tonight and get another one out tomorrow. I still have like 4 or 5 in the hopper, and so I have a lot of content to crank out here. So I was really trying to get it going last week, but the days just got away from me. So I'm trying not to let that happen this year. So Kelly's going to be working at Helpmates, hopefully. Well, I hope you get it, Kelly. Hopefully you got a resume builder at the gas station, and now you're ready to move on up. God bless you all. Hope you have a wonderful night. See you next Sunday at 9, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Have a good one, you guys.